脚天音立ち。何事ですか今の衝撃は。
誰だ俺の眠りを。
泥のは違うわい。
Don't you just love it when Zoro shows up in Aura Farms whenever he gets the chance? Here are the best moments when Zoro flexed too hard in One Piece.
まだ戦闘中じゃ。足でまといが。足でまといが。足でまといが。
Yup, we're kicking things off with the ultimate display of dominance from our boy, Roronoa Zoro. After Sanji called him a deadweight, Bro simply could not take the disrespect. So he pulled out his iconic three-sword style, Uhuva, and completely destroyed Lucci without mercy. The animation was insane, but more than that, it was the look of determination on Zoro's face that told all of us the man had stopped messing around. This was the literal personification of locking in. I'm pretty sure Zoro would have looked back at Sanji after completing his win and been like, "Who's the deadweight now, loser?" Zoro, in his epic encounter against King, just had to get a mention because it is the only right way to pay our respects to such an insane battle. The animation was on point, the voice acting totally had the fans going crazy, and the overall execution of the scene is exactly why fans love Zoro so much as a legacy character on One Piece. I love how both Zoro and King fight for a promise they gave to their captain, but the highlight of this scene is none other than the iconic line, "I shall become the king of hell." Yup, it resonates with you so much, making the hype very real. Scenes like this remind us why One Piece has not one, but multiple GOATs, further cementing its status as a benchmark in the anime industry.
王にでもなる気か。
船長と親友との約束があんだ。援護三刀流。
この命はカイドウさん。俺からはキングと名乗れ。この世界に王は一人でいい。火は燃えてる。お前は生物として俺には勝てねえ。三刀流。
なってやろうじゃねえか。地獄の王に。
勝者ゾロ。
Kamazo might have been given the nickname of Killer, but if we're being honest here, it's Zoro who should get that title. Their fight was nothing short of exceptional, especially considering the fact that Zoro was at a disadvantage. Even after having to fight two opponents and getting stabbed, the man still won his battle with sheer flair and unlimited aura. The animation here was great, as one would expect from a high-priority episode, so the overall vibes were simply immaculate. Bro is unstoppable once you give him his third sword.
あと少し。間に合わせよう。三刀流煉獄。
破壊しておこう。わしに任せろ。一撃で片付ける。
借金も洗ったし、の警報は一体何だったんでしょう。
断脚天音立ち。
If there's one thing people should learn, it's that they should not disturb Zoro when he's sleeping. Kaku had to find this out the hard way, as his attack got totally disrespected by a single slash from our favorite swordsman. This was a genuinely insane display, because Zoro isn't even completely awake when he blocks the move. Kaku couldn't believe his own eyes, and to add insult to injury, Zoro calls him Gi Riff Raff. Bro must have been fuming over that, but it's not like someone as goated as Zoro would care about his feelings. After all, he literally flexed without even putting in much of an effort.
何事ですか？今の衝撃は。
誰だ？俺の眠りを。
泥の輪。違うわい。
アポールのキリンジャーじゃねえか。
キリンジャーではない。わしはキリンジャー。こいつはわし
の船を壊そうってんなら切るしかね。
強そうだ。したかのような。びっくりした。
オーバードクッドロ
ピストルだな。
セリュードオフェン
武器寄りの技か。二刀流。
マグワもっとバンナバン
二刀流やい。
羅生門。
I try to cover recent One Piece episodes because there's so much content in general, but we have to acknowledge this crazy clash between Zoro and Ryuma all the way back in 2008. The fight begins with neither side really gaining any edge over the other, but then Zoro figures it's time to unleash the one-sword-style soaring dragon. It's such a badass name too, but I guess you do need to pull out the big guns when you're up against a world-famous samurai. Getting to fight a zombie warrior was fantastic, but getting his sword as a reward for beating him was definitely a bonus. And it's even crazier when you realize that Ryuma is actually Zoro's ancestor.
12ポンドホルカルミーズ
けた死にしたメイトもうでしょう。来た時代に会いたかったよ。
おいカイドウ、こいつはうちの船長だ。まずはこっちの先に潰しキック足がキー。
Zoro really has all the aura in the world when he wants to actually get serious. The way he prepped up his attack against Kaido was brilliant, and the move made such an impact that we could see actual fear in Kaido's eyes, which was super rare. Bro sensed Odin's presence in Zoro's sword and panicked almost instantly. Also, I have to give an honorable mention to when he managed to attack Kaido with Conqueror's Haki, giving him a scar in the process. It may not have ended his enemy, but it sure left an impression on everyone who just watched history in front of them. Remember, this was a freaking dragon he was up against.
足がばっけい。
このガキ、まさかお前も。
何言ってな。
の一撃だぞ。
いつか借りを返してやろうと待たせたな、ドロノア。
同じ屍。
ドロノア
を頼む。ぶっけ。
We covered how Zoro stopped Kaku's attack earlier, so it's only fair to also cover their immense battle that followed in the next episode. This is not the same Kaku as before, so Zoro does need to take him a bit more seriously, but it's not like he was ever going to lose this encounter. The animators are always out there doing their thing, which enhanced the impact of Zoro's victory. It was an utter display of domination because our boy still had plenty left in the tank even after such a crushing victory. If only he could also fix his sense of direction.
まだまだ。
うねうねしたもんとは
うんざりなんだよ。
さてどう道
藤虎だべ。
なり大将か。
どのような正義がありますやら。
We're into movie territory now, as we see Zoro up against Admiral Fujitora in One Piece Stampede. Now, the fight between Zoro and Fujitora doesn't really go on for long, but the main flex is when our boy finds himself up against a freaking meteor. Yup, Zoro literally attacks a goddamn meteor and manages to slice it in half. This was an unbelievable display of skill and power. Plus, there's also the fact that Zoro did not back away from the challenge one bit. Yes, Mihawk does show up to steal the show by slicing the whole meteor into tiny bits, but he's a completely different level of aura farmer. Credit still goes to Zoro for landing the first strike.
こいつは
どうなってんだ。
でかすぎる。
98回一世界で小戦世界手を結んで切れぬものなし。総流奥義地帯3000大戦世界。間に合うか。
行くぞゴースト娘。
私にめ
魚人
This one may not be a proper battle as such, but Zoro still manages to show off his moves when he stops. Noose Zoro may have taken forever to launch his attack, but he's still an elder, so there aren't many who can match him. That is, of course, until Zoro steps in with his 2 sword-style Restful Paradise Rashomon. It was such an insane entry, and the clash between both these powerhouses was a delight to watch. I'm pretty sure even Mihawk would have been proud of Zoro for managing to hold his own against an elder.
二刀流極楽暗陽羅生門 船を出せ今のうちだ
Like, share, and subscribe if you like this list and want to see part 2 of this topic. Have any suggestions? Drop them in the comments below, and I'll see if I can make a video on them. Okay then, stay strong and be good people.